Alright, we're starting in a bit, guys. Let's hop on to the live streams of Nocturnal and Centers. Let's go.
Discover the future of gaming this November. Hear from over 90 speakers across the globe. Check out the newest Web3 games. Over 300 esports athletes and meet your future developers. The future of gaming is here. Don't get left behind.
Yo, what up, guys? GM. We back, and it's time. Finally. All right, so I bet everyone at home has been waiting for. Still echoing. Okay, let me check my audio. Is my audio good, everyone, on Discord? We good? Man, yeah, I definitely missed Cuckoo. All right, he's back in action, and we're gonna be seeing him next week for sure. Hey, all right, what's up, guys? So GM, and welcome to our Q3 community update with the YGG core team, and of course everyone here in the YGG community. Yeah, you guys know the drill. A lot of exciting stuff happening. More and more games are coming out. We've had sleep. Not gonna lie, we've had sleep in a long while. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people here, a lot of our community members, our guild partners, it's been pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie. Like the no sleep is totally worth it getting to play all these games coming out. We've been talking about this for the longest time, right? But yeah, I mean, let's get straight into it. Man himself, Gabby, how you doing, man?
Hey, Sedano.
Yep. How's it going? It's been super busy for not only you but everyone else in the core team. We have Andy, now in Korea. Also, Angel just landed, if I'm not mistaken. Super busy. A lot of exciting stuff happening. I think we are starting to see, what we've been waiting for a while now, right, Gabby?
Yeah, we've been getting ready for the Web3 Game Summit for the last few months. We've been telling all of the games that they have to go. Investors are going, content creators are going. We're asking a lot of people in the community to go. So there's just a lot of energy, and the market is starting to wake up, especially with some really good games that are in beta or about to launch. So it's a really exciting time.
Sure, 100%. And I mean, we all had to start somewhere. So this whole year for YGG has been all about building, like heads down, working on GAP on our quests, community events, tournaments, and yeah, even super quests that we launched this year. But we definitely would love to hear, what's been going on for Q3, Gabby. Go for it.
Yeah, let's get started with the Q3 update. Of course, we do this update every quarter, and we want to make sure that the community is up to speed with what's happening in the different things around YGG. So, yeah, let's go to the next slide. We'll just give a short update on where we are with our community. So we've now reached over 500,000 or half a million members globally. So that's a really good thing, with over 270,000 YGG badge holders. So that's a lot of wallets and 8 regional guild partners. Of course, we've been acquiring a lot of different game, guild, and P2E infra partnerships, and generally we're up on these, but these are still bear market numbers that were as of September. So we expect that as time goes on and a lot of these games launch, we'll be seeing better numbers as well. Let's go to the next slide and talk about our recent asset acquisitions. Kazuo, over to you.
Thanks. Yeah, so it's been a pretty exciting time. We've been dipping our toes into the market, trying to take a stab at these really low prices, kind of like bottom of the bear market prices. So we over the past few months have acquired 54 parallel avatars. We did that for around 0.1 ETH each. I think they're around 0.7 now. We also acquired Paragon DAO token. Really getting involved, like you'll notice the assets listed here are all related to Parallel. So clearly we're quite bullish on what they're building. One of the standout games right now, I think. And so our recent purchases reflect that sentiment. Acquired a bunch of Paragon DAO token. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with what Paragon DAO is, but essentially, to give a very short overview, you could think of it as kind of like a guild that creates third-party software that kind of helps you manage your assets, manage large amounts of assets, large communities within the parallel game. And I'm sure they're going to be building for all of their other releases too. So interesting, like DAO / like infra play. So we acquired a number of their tokens around 8 cents or so, and they're around 14 now. And then for Prime, again, kind of like fishing for these very low prices during the bear market. I think we acquired an average at $3.20 or so. $3.20 around in a 2.9. We kind of like we tend to average into these positions, so it's not just like one price. We'll have a number of dollar cost averages. So yeah, and now I don't know what that's at, like $7 or something. Doing pretty well, yeah. And then yeah, some other stuff that's not listed here. We did acquire Solana during the lows. I don't know if I've ever spoken about that to you guys, but we did acquire around $100,000 worth of Solana at around $20. So overall, we're doing pretty well. Pretty exciting to see like the most recent purchases as well as what we've had on the balance sheet for a while start to perk up again. And yeah, it's going to be an exciting next couple of years, I think. And if you guys have any questions, happy to take a look at some of those later on. But feel free, and I'll pass it off to the next person.
Nice. So yeah, just before we have the community team over here jump in for updates. Yeah, like casual, like super cool stuff happening. It's really exciting to see, right? Like you especially, and like the team here, like Fallen, even Gabby, you know, we're actually playing these games, right? Like these games that we're, you know, getting into, like we play them personally and we have so much fun. That's why, you know, we are sharing it with the YGG community. So super exciting stuff. And also not to mention, right, like all the games that we've been waiting for, that we've also, you know, worked on in the past and worked with in the past, have already started to be released. Like it's not new. My Pet Hooligan's out. The big time preseason economy's out. Pixel's been killing it. So super exciting stuff. And speaking of Pixels, right before we jump to our community updates, we have a very special, you know, commercial right here, care of one of our community members, Kaji. This one's for you, man. big shout outs to Kaji over there. So even the community content has been leveling up. Not gonna lie. So shout outs to the community team over here for like always pushing and giving opportunities to YGG, not only in gap quests but like everything else under the sun. So I think we have, is it Day or Mark who's gonna be jumping in for our next few slides. You're free, guys. Let's go.
Hello everyone. So yeah, I mean this is a community call. So first off, we'd like to thank everyone for really participating in Gap. Not gonna lie, we are flooded with submissions, and I know a lot of you are checking how things are. Like we want to assure you that the team is working really hard to power through all of those. And then just to give you a sense of where we are, we received more than like 6,000 players signing up for Gap across 30 plus thousand quests. So that's really a lot. This is more than double what we have for last season. And then if you notice, for those of you who are there in season 3, we also like more increased the number of quests, right? So now we have around plus 75% of quests. Huge shout out to everyone in the community for leading some of the quests. For season 4. So you have some of them on screen, and yeah, it's a lot, and we are just really overwhelmed with the participation, and we want to say thanks to everyone. Oh, and by the way, we have a few more things lined up, so I'll hand it over today to send some few reminders. And by the way, you're welcome to flex. We'd love to hear how many quests you've completed. We'll see that at the end of the season. Do you have reminders?
Hey, thank you, Mark. Yes, so as most of you may know, the season ended last week on November 8th. So after a few issues, we gave you one more week to submit your proofs to the quest owners. Now, since then, they are reviewing all the submissions, and as Mark mentioned, there is a lot. So we are still doing, and they should be closed in a few hours. Don't worry if you don't see it completed by now, or even in a few hours. We still have some time to make verification and close that out. And so we will take the time to make these verifications before issuing the rewards. And so that means that look after the announcements for anything that we might announce as to everything is closed, and then we will be opening the appeals if there is needs to be. And so that was the closing statement for this season, and I really appreciate everyone involvement from the participant side, but also the organizers, right? I'm talking to quest owners as well. These are also community members that participated in designing the quest, also rolling out the quest during the season, and at the end, like vetting submissions. I want to shout out as well to our product team, which has been like rolling out a lot of backend stuff that is probably not visible to the participant perspective right now, but I know our roadmap is stacked, and so these will be showing pretty soon for next season, most likely. So yeah, thank you again, and I think we have a few more community initiative to share on the next slides.
Thanks,
So
Dave.
yeah, go ahead, Mark. Sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead. Feel free to call out the wins.
Yeah, thank you. So some of the key wins were that, well, we featured a lot of stuff, and that is essentially what Fallen has been doing. So organizing like highlights, spotlights, and whatever was not only linked to quests specifically, but to games that YGG was involved in. And so beyond Gap, that was big focuses that drive up, I think, engagement into the program, and so a lot of excitement around it. Another big win was like the involvement of guild leaders and like the expansion on the council side. So all the extra involvement around like developing the program from a community standpoint. So That was also a big move forward. Community-owned media was the highlighting of community-generated content and what people really want to showcase as win during the season. So not only at the end, and not only a narrative that is controlled by the org, but also by the people. And so we really wanted to highlight that through the quest, which received a lot of attention from participants. We are really excited to move forward into the next season with like more of these kind of quests. And that rejoined the number 4 on the slide, which is scaled content creation. I believe we are willing to empower more and more a different form of expression toward content creation, and so these quests were the basis for expanding on that. Decentralization of quest creation, that was the onboarding of community member as quest owners. So the build trust and track record through questing and overall involvement led us to like delegate some of that work that was previously like only piloted by core members to community members. And so that co-creation and collaboration is what we are looking forward to scale better the program on top of all the product enhancements. And then lastly, the feature group questing, which will define most likely how we are going to organize next season quest design. So an approach to collaborative questing that has been fairly generic so far as a pilot, but we received a lot of feedback from that, and willing to build toward that teachings. So yeah, that will be it for the wins I can share with you, and I hand it back to Mark. Thank you again, guys.
Yeah, thanks, Day. And then yeah, Sedano, we can go to the next slide. So like, where do we go from here, right? It's really been a long journey since we started season 1, especially for a lot of you who I've seen since the beginning. We'll continue to scale a lot of these, a lot of those initiatives. Like hopefully we'll see more participation on the council side, more people stepping up, because that's really where we want GAP to go forward. And then we're also keeping tabs of all your historical performance, right? So we've issued a lot of rewards from seasons 1 to 3, and we're looking at how we can recognize all of those efforts till present and then moving forward. So the next stage to that is thinking about how people are in terms of contribution to the guild, and then hopefully unlock some benefits in the future. So don't worry, we have that in place. We're thinking about like the level of contribution in various ways. And then this program also serves inspiration for other products in the future, right? So you've seen we've also launched Super Quest and other initiatives. So we'll continue to work together to deliver good products for all of you. Yeah, Serrano, we can go to the next one. And yeah, so we also just want to acknowledge that we have seen so much content being posted on Twitter. We may not be able to respond to them one by one, but we are reading the articles, reading the tweets, and then looking at the stream. So you put a lot of energy in those videos, and yeah, we'd like to thank you all for creating them, and hopefully we see more of that for next season. Yeah, Sedano, next slide. So yeah, just looking ahead, this is likely the final big community AMA that we have before the summit, and perhaps even for the year. So we'll continue to scale a lot of these programs. We have the spotlight, the game tested, etc. So more to come. We're gonna continue to give announcements on the community side. Actually, at this point, I may want to check. Colin, did you want to call out any specific item here? Because you've been doing a lot of announcements too. Go ahead.
Yeah, nothing specifically. Hopefully everybody has been enjoying the spotlights and all of the events that we've been putting on. You can expect quite a bit more going forward. We are continuing to try and push out more events as we can. So if there's any games that we're missing that you guys are very fond of, feel free to let me know. We really are trying to push these as community-led initiatives where if you're streaming or doing anything along those lines, we want to be able to promote you and make sure you're getting that attention, whether it's from the YGG community or maybe the specific game community. So please, yeah, feel free to reach out to me and expect quite a bit more transparency and announcements in regards to events and everything community. Thanks, Mark.
Yeah, that's it for our side, Sedano.
Nice.
Handing it back to you.
Perfect. So yeah, guys. I mean, the community team here is uh, kind of downplaying a bit. Like the effort and time, and also the success that that we've had experience in the past few months, especially in Q3, right? For one, like I personally, have seen a lot of our YGG community members starting to be super active again. So I'm not just talking about GMs in the Discord. It's actually our community who we've had the company of in the past like in the past cycle really come back and be involved, start signing up for gap. You've seen the increase in signups, participating in our community events, creating content. And yeah, I think a lot. Oh, sorry, volume up. There you go. Thanks, Cuckoo. So yeah, I was just saying I was just saying, right? Like the community success, is really being downplayed here. It's really exciting to see everyone, just being super active again and actually like playing these games that are starting to come out. Also shout out to the team of YGG Guildhouse, AC for initiating like community tournaments as well. So the big time community cup, has been looking pretty good. And also we've also done our My Pet Hooligan weekends with the YGG community on the Southeast Asia servers, where we filled up basically all the lobbies every weekend. So a lot of exciting stuff happening. So right before we jump into our next part of the report, we just have a quick recap of what our community tournaments have been looking like. Let's go.
That'd be the dream, man. That'd be the dream, man. Never know. Wait. Dano. Hit me with a shoddy. That'd be the dream, man. To really have anything you want. You need a better gun. You never know. Man. Quick. Dano. Hit me with a shoddy. That'd be the dream, man. To really have anything you want. You never know. Dano. Aw, man. Hit me with a shoddy. I need a better gun. Dano. Hit me with a shoddy.
All right, there you go. So I'm pretty sure you've seen a couple of you guys getting those headshots and getting headshotted in My Pet Hooligan. So yeah, super fun. And shout outs also to NFTX Treat right there, JB and the team and the squad. Yeah, just loving all these games coming out. Also even shout outs to Phil, Fallen. All these are the guys who are playing with the community like every time we have events. So I mean, it's as if like the YGG core team isn't heads down and busy helping grow the guild, but we still do find time when we can. And Gabby as well, been killing it in parallel. I'm pretty sure DC can attest to that. So shout outs also to DC, Sequinox, Agent K, Tilt. You can find me playing for sure. But yeah, I mean, also like not to mention our guild partners, have been super helpful and just super collaborative with with all of our initiatives. Like we've got Rome from Star Atlas. Shout out to the guys over there. I met them over at Breakpoint. Super cool guys. We also have Tiff. All the other Pixels friends that we have. Not to mention Big Time United Guild, right? It's all the guild leaders from Big Time, just pushing together tournaments, just making sure we get all the important updates. Yeah, if you guys out there, as Fallen said, right? Like if you guys have any other games or any other, guilds that you think, would be fun to be collaborating with, like, send them over. Let's do something fun. All right. And yeah, for the next part of our update, it's pretty exciting stuff. Super quests. Go for it, Gabby.
Okay, I'll talk about Super Quest, and this is one of the other very exciting things that happened last quarter. We launched our new questing program, Super Quest, with featured none other than Mr. Cuckoo and Spam and Rice, our champion. And Super Quest is a new type of quest that we debuted a couple of months ago. So these quests are like very integrated into the games. So there's actual tech integration, and we feature creators that help us onboard into the quest and the game. So for Super Quest with Axie Origins, we had two different types of quests. We had an onboarding to Axie Origins with Cuckoo, and we had getting better at competitive play with Spam and Rise. So we were looking at 2,000 signups. We were able to get over double of that, and over 1,000 achievement badges awarded. So yeah, really, really good turnout from all of you. Next slide, please. Okay, so what's next? This is actual alpha because this hasn't happened yet, and you'll first one to hear it. We are actually going to put Super Quest inside of Axie Origins. So we're going to be the official in-game trainer that is accessible from the Axie Origins app. And there will be tutorial videos on how to get better at the game straight from Axie Infinity. So if you see here, this will be available via a button from Axie Origins itself. So right now we're refreshing the content with both Cuckoo and Spam to make sure that the content is up to date with the latest version of Origins. And we'll be announcing this at W3GS next week, but you heard it here first. As usual, we give the alpha to our community first. Next slide, please. Yeah, so what's going to happen? We're going to have new tips and tricks from Mr. Cuckoo himself and Spam and Rice, new content, more courses, and new rewards. So this is going to be like somewhat a little bit different format in that it can be found in the game rather than in the website. But we're continuing to experiment with different kinds of quests so that we can get ourselves attached to the best Web3 games, deliver the best quest content with our creators, with in-game rewards, with NFT rewards, with token rewards, and we can onboard the masses from Web2 to Web3 gaming. Next slide, please. Okay, so yeah, there's again, this is alpha, and we want to keep it here to the community first. So Axie and Axie Origins in-game trainers, what we talked about. We're talking to Mighty Action Heroes, and we're also looking at having Super Quest available for Season 7 of Axie Origins. So yeah, a lot of really exciting stuff. And of course, we're talking to a lot more games along the way. Next slide. Okay, Sidano, you want to talk about the summit?
Yeah, sure, of course. So, everyone at home. So I hope everyone has their tickets for the upcoming YGG Web3 Games Summit. So we are kicking off in a few days. Our hackathon starts on November 18th until the 19th. So that's going to be our Web3 Game Jam, where not only seasoned but also aspiring developers, get a shot at getting their ideas out to the Web3 community. So good luck to everyone who's joined, and if you still plan to join, I believe the signups are still up until the day. But yeah, we'll definitely looking forward to meeting the champions of this year's hackathon. But yeah, and everyone else, the conference itself is happening on November 21 and 22 at the Shangri-La BGC. So we've got over 60 leaders from all over the world, taking the stage and yeah, just sharing their ideas on what we have next for Web3 gaming. We've got Gabby, Sebastian. We've got, of course, Sebastian from the Sandbox. We've also got Animoca Brands. Yeah, that's going to be there, and a whole lot more. We've got Pixelmon, even local brands. We've got Tier One is going to be there as well. We've got content creators from all over the world flying in. Yellow Panther, Spam and Rice is going to be there. Even just confirmed, right? The Philippine or former Philippine basketball players are, well, actually they still are. So they've represented the Philippines. The Hinebra Degens are going to be playing. We've got Jared Dillinger. We've got Christian Standhardinger. And a lot more friends from the team. Those basketball players representing the Philippines all over the world who are into Web3 games as well are going to be joining us. Not to mention, our community members, our builders as well are going to be killing it in the conference. And don't forget, we also have our expo and tournament. So this year we've got Project Zeno with $100,000 in prize pool and also a cosplay competition that we are hosting as well, on top of all the booths and exhibitors that are going to be there. I personally am super excited about Parallel, Gabby, because of the IRL booster packs that they might be dropping during the conference. I've been telling everyone, right, like these cards aren't even produced or aren't even commercially produced yet. Like, this is, for me, okay, like for me, this is like getting a limited edition booster pack. What do you think, Gabby?
Yeah, definitely. Super exciting. And yeah, I think it's only the start for the parallel ecosystem. And I'm glad we're really early on it.
100%. And of course, other games that are going to be there, you've got Axie Infinity, Ragnarok Landverse is going to be there, Nine Chronicles, Mighty Action Heroes, Medicine is going to be there, Star Atlas for sure, Anito Legends, Philippine grown, homegrown project, Project Zeno, Epic League, and Riftstorm, just to name a few. And on the investment side, we've got DWF Labs, Long Hash Ventures, CMT Digital, Emote, J Square, and Kickstart Ventures. For user acquisition and discovery, we've got Superfine, Click, Aura NFTs, Hyperplay, Esports. We've got Tier 1, as I mentioned. NYXL is going to be there, and Paragon's DAO. And guilds, of course, we've got WeGG, YGG Japan, SkyGG, AMG DAO, and NDGG. And of course, from the government, we have the SEC Commissioner of the Philippines flying over, or are going to be there, and USEC DICT, and USEC NEDA. So there's a lot of representation from all the branches of the Web3 ecosystem in the Philippines. And yeah, we're just going to be doing what we do best. It's going to be connecting the games with the gamers and having fun while we're at it. Yeah, do we have a next slide? All right. So a bit of I mean, Gabby's already dropped a few alpha here, but something that I'm pretty sure everyone has been waiting for. Mark, are you ready to drop this?
Yeah, sure. Let's do it together. So there's a lot going on, and if you haven't received this one, we are giving away a free gift. We actually said the deadline will be November 13 for the for those who sign up in our website. But
Oh, Mark,
if you haven't,
there you go.
by Friday, but make sure you put your name by Friday, and we'll get you those X booth tickets if you still haven't received them. And then, Sedano, do you want to talk about the quest card?
Yeah, sure. So, for the past few weeks, right, we've been trying to figure out, so me, Phil, and Mark, like how do we make something that's never done before? How do we do something that's never done before, but is, tied to what we're building? So we are going to be launching our IRL Gap Quest. So this is the Gap Quest card that we're going to be giving out to all attendees of the expo and conference as well, right? So how it works is that when you get to the conference is you have to collect stickers from all the booths, stickers or stamps from all the booths that are participating. And if you complete all these stamps, so just like Pokemon, if you collect all the badges, you are going to be getting the YGG GAP stamp. And once you have that, we might just have something connected to our Gap Quest itself, right, Mark? Is that how it works?
Yeah, and then you'll hear more as we get closer to the summit. So teasing this out so you can plan your journey ahead of time. Um, hope to see you there. And then we can go to the next one, Sedano. All right, save the date. Sedano, I heard you're gonna do something here. We are going to celebrate with the community. I've been working and chatting with Coco and Sedano on this evening. Uh, Sedano, do you
Yep.
want to add?
Yeah, for sure. So we've been, getting a lot of requests about, about the side event. So this is again is like, just a bit of early information that we're sharing with the community. We are hosting our very own side event internally from the Guild Advancement Program. It's called A Night in the Guild, and it is going to be at the Samsung Hall, same venue as the expo, on November 23rd. That's going to be at the SMR roof deck. So all of you guys, we can't wait to see you there. It's open to all ticket holders, but of course this is also going to be the time where we get to meet our guild partners, our friends from different games, all in one place. So super excited to see all of you guys there. And yeah, it's been a while since the community summit, and yep, it's going to be happening again. Of course, we have the night hosted by our main man himself, the one and only Kuya Spracky. So yep, definitely something forward to look at. Days requesting K-pop. 100% Day, because I heard that you have a dance number, right? Let's go. Another alpha is that Day's gonna be there. All right. So now's a good time to get those selfies ready, those Genji selfies on practice on time, so that whenever Day walks right in front of you, you're able to get a screenshot. I know he might even make a gap quest for having a selfie with him, because like I've been saying, like Day is like he's like a mystic Pokemon. He only pops out like once, maybe once a year, once every 5 years. So definitely looking forward to that. And Mark is gonna be there as well. A lot of the YGG CORE team is gonna be on in the conference itself. So super exciting. Just a few more days to make sure that you have your tickets. Yeah, good stuff all around. So Gabby, what are you looking forward to the most in the upcoming conference?
Oh, where do we begin? There's so much to look forward to. We have really killer content. There's a lot of games coming in, a few protocols, and I think we're gonna learn a lot of alpha from talking to these games. Some games we've been working with for a few years, like Star Atlas, for example. We've been working it for a long time. Recent partners like Parallel, of course, Axie and the Ronin Network team will be there in force. There's so much to do, and then we're gonna have the 2 days of expo, gonna play a lot, and then we'll have the tournament day at the last day, along with a cosplay competition. So the last day should be super interesting, and then we're gonna have the parties and side events. So it's going to be a full week of celebration of what the future of games looks like, and I'm looking forward to seeing all of you there.
Nice. So, a raise of hands, guys, here on Discord. So, who wants to see Spracky and Cuckoo join the cosplay competition? Drop a hashtag W3GS. So, Spracky and Cuckoo cosplay 1v1. Let's go. There you have it, guys. The community has spoken, and as always, Cuckoo and Spracky will deliver. We're gonna be seeing you guys there. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So, guys, right now is gonna be the time for everyone else to ask your questions. It's our favorite time of the AMA itself. All right, so we are gonna be running through a few questions here. So, guys, if you don't want to drop your questions here on the AMA Discord channel, feel free to DM me, DM Jude, or Senpu here. Giyu also. So now is the best time. Now is the best time to ask those questions. So I have a quick question here for Kazuo. So as more of these games are released, right, and there are a lot of games that the community has been highly anticipating. Like how do we go about starting our own internal programs? Let's say I wouldn't call it scholarships, but being able to get access, or being able to just experiment with with the YGG NFTs that we have in these different games. Let's say like Big Time, Star Atlas also just had their web browser game launched. My Pet Hooligans token is coming out soon. So like how does that work, and what can you expect in the next few months, Casual?
Yeah, I mean, I think a great way to start that off would be to form something organically in those games to the point where like it makes sense for us to either acquire assets and deploy them, or figure out how to get the assets in the hands of the community that we already own. Obviously, like there's some limitations to this because when you talk about making use of the assets we own, there's like technical requirements behind that. Like maybe there needs to be some lending protocol, or the game needs to support that natively. But assuming like that's not an issue, then I think as long as there's a solid community, we're always going to support what's kind of coming up organically within our community. So
Nice.
yeah, and like what do I think is coming up? I don't know, like it's hard to say, like predict the future. But we have a really almost like a family here, like and it's growing. And Web3 is growing, and I think there's a ton of really cool games coming to market that have been in development for the past couple of years that are going to come out, and they're going to surprise us. I think there's going to be an influx of new attention and interest in Web3 gaming. So, I mean, the next, like, from here on out, I think it's just like we're going to be pleasantly surprised with what's to come. And yeah, we'll continue doing what we're doing, right?
Super cool.
Getting the best
100%.
assets and giving you guys access to that.
100%. And yeah, I mean, so a good thing to look at here, everyone at home, who's watching, and whether you're on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, or Facebook, right? So I mean, of course, like all the actions happening here on Discord right now. So hop on. We're at the EMA discussion text channel. So Kazuo, I love how the community totally forgot, about how we plan to roll out access to our NFTs. They're distracted by the cosplay announcement of Cuckoo and Spracky. It's ridiculous. But yeah, I mean, what I'm trying to say here is that guys, like if you yourselves, right, like you guys are in these different games, like it really also be cool to see you guys put together ideas like how let's say our YGG SPL community did it, and also our Splinterlands our YGG LOK, our League of Kingdoms community did it. Maybe Fallen, maybe you could jump in real quick, right? And like give us the backstory of how like these like leadership communities within YGG, get together and be able to propose or organize events, and yeah, this kickstart activity in these different games that we're in as a guild.
Yeah, sure. Happy to chime in. Actually, LOK happened before I was even on the core team itself, right? As a community member, it was an initiative that I kind of put forward together with a few other LOK players about putting the LOK assets to use, right? So YGG is very open to rallying behind our community, especially when we see, a bunch of players within the community grouping together and showing a real passion for that game. So there's always opportunity there for people to come together and propose some sort of idea around leadership, or split off of how we can better use those assets. As Kazo said, there's so many different games here that we can't necessarily keep track of everything that's going on, especially as more and more games come to market that are just way better than what we've seen before. So we're really leaning on our community here to also be letting us know, hey, like this game is popping off. We really love this. This is what we think we can do here. We know YGG has assets in this game. Here's our proposal. Let us know what we think. And then, we usually have a quick back and forth there on how it can work and how we can actually do these assets, and let the community use it. Again, unfortunately, a lot of these games don't necessarily have a lending platform or some sort of structure out the gate, so it makes it really hard for us to, implement stuff. But we can also put pressure on these games, saying, "Hey, look, we have this community of people that really love your game." And they want to use these assets, but we don't have any lending structure. So please work with us on how we can do this. We don't need to, make a whole lending platform, but if there's some sort of way or workaround that we can do this where, both sides are happy, let's get to it. So it's really a group effort. So, if community members rally around something, feel free to, hop in my DMs and say, "Hey, I've got this proposal," and we'll work from there.
I mean, Fallen, very well said. I don't think anyone else could have said it more, man. Something to like a special mention, right? Like the teams or our community members and our community leaders who have been killing it, and just helping build, or navigate, help YGG navigate in general. How these games should be played. Shout outs to of course NFTX Street for killing it with MMORPGs, Grand Saga, Medicine, right? Axu with killing it in Ragnarok Landverse. Um, the YGG Guild House, who's been, like all hands on deck, like the whole team, even with collecting data on drop rates and all of that. So you guys are definitely on the right track, and super exciting to see everyone in the community actually like giving their best, not only in in playing these games, but actually like trying to figure out how we can come together and be stronger in these plethora of games, that even if like most of these guys, like we've been playing, we're breaking games that are in testing phase, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure like you guys know who you are, like the game breakers out there who have been killing it. But of course, like that's not possible without our game testing program as well. So shout outs to Amazing, who's been doing shout outs to Amazing, who's been doing a wonderful job, right? Who's been really, 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 really killing it with the game testing program. We've over hundreds of game testers, and yeah, it's very valuable feedback that I think not only the YGG community definitely benefits from, but also the games and the partners that we're working with, right? So May, hats off to you, and we'll be seeing you in the YGG Web3 Game Summit. So quick question: so do we need to go during the 18th to the 25th events to claim something, or maybe I think this is about the quest card or the IRL quest? So the answer is no. All you have to do is collect the stickers or the stamps during the expo days. So if you can finish all the booths, or if you could do all the IRL quests like in one day, then yeah, no need to go to for the all days, for all of the days. Is saying mahina ang audio. All right. There you go. How about now? How am I doing? How's my audio? You good? We good? Right. So Sir Babs just posted a photo of Spraggy and Cuckoo. Cuckoo asked Doctor Strange Metaverse Web 3 version. Spraggy's like I don't know, like how he's like, how do you, what is costume here? It's like some like futuristic cyberpunk like hunter of the metaverse with the glasses, and he's super buff. You guys still have a few days, or Spracky, you still have a few days to get as buff as that photo. Chamber cosplay today. All right, super cool. So guys, I mean, we are gonna be seeing you next week. We are at the top of the hour. Gabby, do you have any last items that you want to touch on before we see each other IRL?
Yeah, it's always a pleasure being able to do this with you guys. And, we're serious when we say together we play. It might be different games that we're doing, or we're doing a lot of different kinds of jobs within the ecosystem. But I think we'll grow this together. We still have a lot of things planned. There's a lot of games releasing in the next year. So, for next week, let's just make it a celebration. Let's show the world why we are the strongest Web3 game community in the world. And yeah, well, see you all in Manila.
Right, and thank you so much, Gabby. So everyone at home, I hope you guys had a great time. So we still have a few questions. Don't forget to shoot that over here on the chat, and we'll have those answered. But yeah, before we go, just a quick video, last video before we wrap up. Special mention to one of the games that we game tested. It's called Superior. So like definitely a lot more games like this to watch out for. Join the game testers. Gap Season 5 is just around the corner, but most of all, see you in the YGG Web3 Games Summit next week. Cheers, everybody. See y'all in the metaverse. Peace.
Get to the body and we'll begin the juice extraction process.
Discover the future of gaming this November. Hear from over 90 speakers across the globe. Check out the newest Web3 games. Over 300 esports athletes and meet your future developers. The future of gaming is here. Don't get left behind.